Juneau is a city and a borough of Alaska. It's the capital city of the state. It's located in the Gastonau Channel, and the Alaskan Panhandle is located with some of the most breathtaking geography, including mountain peaks and the pristine waterfront. With a backdrop of grand mountain peaks, Juneau has built itself as Alaska's peak experience. It might be one of the one places in the world to see a bald eagle.
Good morning. We are aboard the shuttle boat, which is one of the lifeboats they're using. We are in Juneau, Alaska, and we're getting ready for a ride, a flight, 50-minute flight over a number of glaciers, and then a big grilled salmon luncheon, and a tour of the National Park. Hopefully we'll see some bears and eagles. I guess there's 10 to 20,000 eagles here at Juneau, the most concentration area of eagles in the world. We're going to take a flight on these de Havilland seaplanes to the Juneau ice field. The ice field stretches over 1,500 square miles and is home to over 40 large glaciers and many, many small ones. A glacier is a large, persistent body of ice that forms where the accumulation of snow exceeds the ability for it to melt over the many years and often centuries. They slowly deform and flow due to stresses reduced by their weight, creating crevices and other distinguishing features. We'll be flying over the Taku Glacier, and it is recognized as the deepest and thickest glacier known in the world. It's also the largest glacier in the entire ice field. We will be flying on de Havilland planes, which date back to 60s and 70s and 80s, and it's quite a thrill. Glacier in outside of Juneau. We're about 30 minutes flight from Juneau. We flew in on one of those seaplanes, and
awesome trip, by the way.
yeah, it was great flow. And behind us is the Taku Glacier.
Two of them.
Yeah, it's 2,000 feet above the surface, and probably another 2,000 to 3,000 feet below the surface. So that's a pretty big glacier.
And not what you think of a glacier. You think of these big cliffs and these big, just sheared off edges of just white ice, which would be a reflection. But these are ones that have flowed and into the waterways, and they're all kind of dirty because they carry all of the debris with them and the outside environment. But if you look down deep in the crevices, you'll see the reflection of that blue ice, which is just amazing. It's so translucent. It's the bluest blue you've ever seen in your life.
Very nice description.
Bustle of city life there. So he drove his boat up the river, homesteaded his property. He cut down all the timber here in the yard, and with that timber, he built this very lodge y'all are eating your meal in right now. Now, Dr. Devine ran this as a hunting and fishing lodge, and this is actually one of Alaska's very first hunting and fishing lodges. During the days, he would boat people up the river here, take them out hunting for moose, bear, and goat, and then at nighttime, he would accommodate them in a series of canvas wall tents scattered throughout the yard here. Dr. Devine ran the lodge here until around 1930, and around that time there was a wealthy widow by the name of Erie Smith who was exploring the inside passage of British Columbia and Alaska here. She was driving her yacht up the river. She saw the lodge and thought she would stop and pay Dr. Devine a visit. Now, we're not exactly sure what happened that night, but the next morning when they woke up, Mrs. Smith owned Taku Lodge, so we'll let y'all kind of figure out what happened there.
Looks like you know what you're doing.
Yep, done it a couple times.
Wow.
Otis, nice to meet you. Thanks for your help.
Is that fresh cod out here, or?
Yep, just up the river a couple miles.
Oh my goodness. My first authentic seafood of the trip.
And
Very good.
what is it?
Authentic salmon, just caught just a few miles from here, which is the first authentic seafood we've had. Good. And what do you think?
I think it was very, very good, very tasty. And the stuff with it is good too. The overnight baked beans and coleslaw, sourdough bread freshly baked, and a apple cobbler without the gobbler.
Coming out here with just a shirt clean and sweating, and I have underalls and 3 layers.
Then all you do is just wear your
Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and you'll get notified when the next video is posted. Thank you for watching.